Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is a tutorial for A9 sized dashboards with fabric tabs. I used scraps from a pillowcase for my fabric for this project. I found this wood grain image on Pixabay for free, and I printed it on the back of the Cocoa Daisy Peach Ridge pocket card printable. I'll link both of those below. They're printed on bright white 100-pound cardstock. This clear plastic sheet is my latest planner punch guide. It's 3 3/4 inches by 2.5 inches. I created a video explaining how I made my punch guide, and I'll link that below as well. I like to use clear plastic for these because then when I'm doing additional projects, I can just clip the clear plastic to whatever I'm working on and then cut around it. In this case, I'm able to see the image below the clear plastic sheet, and it helps me know where the punches are going to be, as well as how much of the image I'm going to be able to see after I've cut it. Having a clear plastic guide is particularly useful when there are words on the page you're trying to cut. I always want to make sure that the holes for the hole punch are not going to cut off the words, as well as trying to center the image on the page. I'm going to create 2 pocket cards out of this bookmark. For the first card, I want to try and save as much of the border as I can for my page, so I have to recenter it several times in order to get an even amount of that wood grain on the outside of each side. For this one, I decide to save the scrap pieces so that I can use them to complete the border or add a belly band later. Now I'm going to use that same plastic sheet as a guide to punch holes in my dashboard so that they'll fit in my planner. Once I'm finished punching, it's time to put the dashboards in the order that I'm going to want them in my planner. I'm cutting a 4 centimeter wide piece of fabric to start making my tabs with. I used a divider that I had previously made as my guide. The tabs ended up being 2 centimeters wide and 4 centimeters tall before they were folded. Here you'll see me pulling threads out of the fabric. It gives it kind of a frayed look. I like that look for this kit because it's kind of a country feel, and it gives it a little bit more of a worn appearance. I'm creating 5 dividers, so I will also need 5 tabs. It takes a few minutes to pull the threads out and give it a frayed look, but it was worth it to me. Now that all of my tabs are frayed, I'm just going to take craft glue and start with my first divider, putting glue at the top of the page, gluing one side of the fabric, and then turning the page over, putting glue at the top on the back, and just gluing down the fabric on the back side also. I found that an easy way to figure out where your tabs should go is to place your first divider face down and then place the one you're working on face down on top of it. So that way you can kind of see where your next divider will go. And even though these aren't perfect because I didn't measure, they turned out pretty well. For your last divider, just make sure you glue the tab to the bottom of your page. Now that the tabs are complete, it's time to start stamping. I got all of these stamps from Cocoa Daisy in different kits, and the ink that I'm using is from American Crafts. It's a pigment ink. The best tip that I ever learned about stamping is that you don't need to put too much pressure. So I'm basically using enough pressure that I know that the entire stamp has made contact with the surface of the fabric, but I'm not pushing so hard that the stamp will squash and then create a blurry image. Because I already have my tabs memorized, I've had the same setup for more than a year. I'm just using words on every other tab and then using an image on the alternates. And that's it, we're finished. Just wait for them to dry and then you can put them in your planner. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like or subscribe, and I'll see you next time.